Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Heckshot87, and I'm pretty excited because I realized that we had a video left of the M&P Shield versus the XDS. So in this video we are mainly going to be focused on the shooting. I'm going to go over the few key features of both of the guns, but I actually have separate videos on the XDS and the M&P. So go over them and check those out if you haven't already. But we're just mainly going to focus on shooting and how they did and all that kind of stuff. I just had double carpal tunnel surgery, so I'm not going to be racking the slide and doing all that kind of stuff. So just bear with me on that. A few of the key features that really make these guns kind of difficult to choose between. That's basically what we'll go over in this video. Of course, on the M&P, 3.1 inch barrel. The XDS is a 3.3. On the M&P, you have the external safety, no rail here. Okay, you have a standard 3-dot sight system, which actually picks up really nice. No ambidextrous features whatsoever, and essentially in a nutshell that's pretty much it. You guys know this is a basically a full-size M&P toned down. I mean, all the features are pretty much essentially there. Great trigger on it, very nice trigger. These guns have been safety checked, by the way. The trigger on this thing is I would say superior to the XDS, just because once you have your little bit of take up here, you hit that wall and you know exactly where it's going to break every time. Alright, so very nice trigger break, very predictable, makes it a pleasure to shoot and keeping your shots on target, so really nice. On the XDS, of course you got the 3.3 inch barrel. You do have a little slot there for a rail if you wanted to hang a light or a laser. You do have replaceable backstrap on the XDS, which you do not have on the Shield. Your sight system is a 3-dot sight, but you actually have a fiber optic in the front. And I know that green typically doesn't pick up too well on camera, but you get the choice of the green or the red one from the factory. Your magazine release is ambidextrous. Okay. The M&P comes with the 7-round mag that's in the gun right now, and then your 8-round extended mag with your little pinky extension on there. My XDS is post recall, so it came with 2 of the flush 7-round mags. Put that down. Alright. And it actually came with an extended 9-round, which I don't really care for, but it did come with that. Alright, so the key little features that really make a difference in trying to decide between these guns, because they are very similar. The little things on the M&P, like the magazine, does not sit flush with the gun, even though this is the flush magazine. Alright, your thumb safety here, which a lot of people just absolutely hate. Loaded chamber indicator is actually a little peephole. And it's pretty much it. I mean, both of them, try to get them both up right here. Both of them are less than an inch thick. Alright. The XDS weighs in a little bit heavier. I believe it's around 24 ounces, while the M&P is around 20 ounces. Of course, on the XDS, you do have the grip safety here. But for me, you know, for concealed carry, I like that a little bit better, because as soon as you pick the gun up, that safety is disengaged and you're good to go. On the XDS, your loaded chamber indicator is actually that little notch right there that just sticks up when you got a round in there. Other than that, besides price, the M&P typically is anywhere from $350 up to $450, while the XDS is anywhere from $499, and I've seen them up over $600. That's the bi-tone model, but pretty big difference in price there, so that's something definitely to consider. The one thing on the XDS I have to note, and anytime I pull this gun out, I'm just amazed at how Springfield really pays attention to detail, down to the Springfield Armory Croatia symbol they have in their magazines. They have it on the slide, top of the slide right there. And yeah, I mean, their attention to detail is just absolutely fabulous. The internals are all polished up, and the gun just looks really, really nice. Now, is it worth an extra 100, sometimes 150 bucks? That's something you'll have to decide for yourself, but hopefully this video will help you make that decision, or at least give you something to go off of. Alright, so the little subtle differences like that are what really make it hard to choose between these guns. You know, the Springfield is just really polished, and I mean, the attention to detail, like I was pointing out with the magazine and the M&P on the XDS, you don't have any of that. I mean, it sits flush and it looks really nice. You know, the XDS, in my opinion, is superior in build to the M&P. The cocking serrations, everything on the XDS is very aggressive, down to the cocking serrations, which actually wrap around the top of the slide here. The stippling on the grip is very aggressive, but it allows you to get a really, really, really nice purchase on the gun. But on the other hand, the M&P, when you put that thing in your hand, it feels like a freaking glove. Points really naturally. Just feels great. So we're going to kick it out right here, and I am going to show you, how we shot them. We shot them side by side, and we left a part in there on my last video. I was talking about how the XDS, we could not get our shots on target. In this video, we actually do figure out the issue, and we start getting them on target and keeping them on target. So it's pretty interesting. I don't know that a lot of people would keep that in their videos, but I really wanted to show you how important it is to get this trigger down on this thing, because when you have your little bit of take up here, you disengage the safety, and basically you hit the wall, but after the wall you have just the slightest bit of creep in this thing, and it creep, and then it breaks, and that's what really was getting us. So we're gonna kick it out right here, and let's see how we did. Alright, enjoy. Alright, so right here we have the M&P Shield on the left and the XDS on the right, and we're just gonna compare these guns head to head and see how they function, see if we have any malfunctions, which we will definitely point out if we do, because that's very important in this class of guns for concealed carry. We got some Federal 115 grain, some Winchester white box, Remington, Blazer, all kinds of ammo we're shooting here. And right from the get-go, the safety kind of catches my wife off guard, but that's one of the things to remember with the M&P. You have that safety, and definitely got me as well. So just keep that in mind with the safety, and right there you can see. So enjoy, guys.
Alright, here comes the noise again. You want to shoot it?
Yes.
It's called a Star Heavy.
Really?
Yeah. Some Belgium made assault paratrooper.
Yeah.
Ready?
Space it out.
I thought you meant to go to each one at a time.
Just one at a time.
I thought you meant just one at a time. I missed this one, but then I stayed in here.
Yeah.
Else I shoot. Every time you
shoot the M&P first as well, and see how it does. And we'll shoot the XCS and see how that one goes.
Belgium made paratrooper.
And there's your loaded chamber indicator on this one. You can see the brass down in there, so I like that
He wanted to shoot it. He tries
You
different
shoot a
ones.
silhouette on the bottom right first.
Tried a couple different ones.
It's loud though.
Yeah. It might be 7.62.
I think it was the first one you.
That's the beauty of shooting a 20.
Yeah. No, I'd much rather him want to do something like that. Put him into something that he don't need to be in.
The biggest thing you get your
Alright, so right here you can see I was shooting to the left a lot. Definitely wasn't the gun, that was all me, just trying to get used to the trigger. But on this thing, I mean, the trigger is just very nice and the brake is very clean, and there's the extended 8-round mag, which actually on this gun is, you know, it's okay, but for concealed carry I like the flush mags myself. But all right, so here we go.
Take out the barrel swag magazine and go from 22 to 9mm. Trooper to 40 to 45, all in the same frame.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm looking at
convenience.
Ammo's not as bad. Then I can get different stuff.
Yep.
I'm looking at getting an AR 7.62, 308. I'm thinking about getting into hog hunting. You know, 5.56 is a little small.
So now we're gonna go over to the XDS and see how we like that one.
And then you can look at 9mm good.
The chamber indicator.
You know, it all
Of course, you
depends
have your
where
fiber
you are.
optic.
It all depends on the individual. Is this
Yeah,
man,
it
woman,
is.
big, small, you?
Yeah, I mean, I
Shoot at the top right one this time.
357.
Then it gets depending on the size of your hands.
Yeah.
The biggest problem with compacts is being able to get, you know, all three fingers around it kind of thing. I was going to go with the concealed carry. I'd rather look at a 9mm just because you can get some of the loads. Center match, you're going to take the wind out of
Again with the XDS, I'm pulling shots to the left. I don't know if it's me or the gun, but we're gonna bring it forward just to see what happens.
That was the last one you shot? What was the last one you shot? What?
The last one was 556.
Got it. You want me to sweep some of those up? What do you do with them? Do what?
Alright, so now she's shooting XDS. We'll see how she does with that. I know me personally, I'm shooting better with the M&P, so let's see how Jen does. Which one are you going for?
I'll go for the top left.
Okay. Nice.
Where am I going? Like here?
Looks like it's going to the left. Right on. Nice. Nice. It's good.
But what I've noticed with air gun, if you slowly pull the trigger, then shoot it, I do better that way.
Yeah.
That's,
It has a little bit different trigger break as opposed to M&P.
yeah.
So.
Good. See? Good.
So yeah, definitely getting used to the trigger break on this one is a lot different from the M&P. M&P is very predictable, but this one, we have that. You can get it down.
Better, that way.
So wrapping this up, both of them shoot very well. They're very different to shoot though, just as far as the trigger. So just keep that in mind. If you can, go to your local range and rent these and shoot them. And Alright, so as you can see on the XDS, getting the trigger breakdown on that thing is essential. But once we figured out the trigger, I mean, it was an absolute pleasure to shoot. Dead on accurate, no problems whatsoever. And through each gun, we've put over 300 rounds through each gun and not had a single failure to feed, failure to eject, any kind of issues whatsoever. And we've run every single kind of ammunition you can think of. So that is a very, very positive thing for me. I did have an M&P 9C before we picked up the Shield, and I had quite a few issues with that. I had it a couple weeks, and I actually sent it back to Smith & Wesson. So it made me kind of leery about getting the Shield, but you know, all the reviews were very positive, and I have nothing but positive things to say about this gun now. In choosing between them, one of the decisions that I had to make as well was I wanted to go with American-made guns. So initially, me and my wife had an SR9C and the M&P 9C, which we wanted to go with a little bit thinner guns, but you know, we wanted to go American-made. And you know, this is an absolute great gun, but I have to say the Croatians make one hell of a gun themselves. And we all know that some of the best guns that we bring into this country, obviously, are from other countries with your H&Ks, your SIGs, Glock, just so many great guns that are made out of this country. And you know, I think it's great. You know, they're really made, and they're really made nice, and they really pay attention to detail. And that's a big thing with me. I know I've said it a few times in the video, but it's important, you know, especially when you're spending that kind of money on a subcompact pistol. But on the other hand, you have the M&P. You could save yourself some money. You know, you could get a holster and a box of ammo for the price that you pay for just this gun. So it's just something to consider. Now, of course, the XDS does come with a holster and a magazine holster, but it doesn't do you any good when you're concealed carrying. This comes with the outside of the waistband, you know, cheap little plastic holster, which is nice, but it doesn't do you a lot of good for concealed carry purposes. So in closing, I would say if you're really particular about your gun, you want the, you know, top of the line, best finished gun, I would go with the XDS. Save up a little bit of more of your money and go with that. But if you want something that is just completely accurate and dependable, and you want to save yourself some money, you don't care about the little things that I pointed out in the M&P, go with that one, because there's I can't see too many things out there that would beat the M&P with the price and everything on it. So if I had to buy either one of these again, the M&P would be my choice. And the price is big, but when you just pick this thing up and you shoot this M&P, it's awesome. I mean, it's definitely more accurate than I am, I can promise you that. And it points well, it shoots good, and the finish is really, I mean, everything on the gun is just nice. Everything that needs to be nice in the gun is nice. And yeah, that's my opinion. I love the XDS. I don't see myself getting rid of it, but the M&P I would buy again before I bought another XDS. Alright guys, so hopefully this video helped you guys out if you're trying to choose between these guns. Let me know what you think. Leave some comments below. Press the thumbs up button if you like the video. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.